Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Safe House, and this is a new action thriller coming to you from director Jamie Marshall, who has done films like his second unit on Deep Blue Sea and Paycheck, Den of Thieves, Starship Troopers, and here taking the reins with Leon Langford's script. And this film focuses on 6 federal agents in hiding after an LA terror attack grow suspicious of each other as they realize the perpetrator could be among them. And yes, you do have this crew who are all stuck in this place together. You have the likes of some pretty recognizable actors thrown in there, like Louis Tan, who probably know most from the new Mortal Kombat film, because, why did they make a brand new character to put at the center of that instead of, somebody recognizable? But Louis Tan here's Agent Choi. You have Hannah John Kamen, who I'm a big fan of. You have Holt McElhenney, who, plays that, rugged, tough kind of federal agent type character. And, you have all of these different characters that are stuck in this space. Overall, I think from a directing standpoint, there's some inspired moments. I think some of the action, especially with Louis Tan, when they can really lean into the fact that he could do all these martial arts stuff. Kind of wish there was a little bit more of that and a little bit less editing. But, you have those elements that stand out. There's some bloody, brutal moments with questioning and torture and stuff like that. There are some good thrills sprinkled throughout this film. I do think that the characters are a bit of a mixed bag. There's some added emotion to some of these connections, and they do a good job of building up some of the mystery in terms of some of the true motivations of some of these characters. And you have Tan and McElhenney's characters have some kind of connection. Hannah John Kamen has this very strong connection with this other agent that she's been partnered with, and you can feel there's a deeper connection there. There's it's one of those types of films that has a big reveal, and some of those elements are so obviously telegraphed, and in hindsight too, you start realizing, they're kind of beating us over the head with that, weren't they? And it's not as shocking. And then there's a couple more little reveals that felt so obvious. This film, I don't think, is as clever as it thinks it probably is, but it still gives this lean 90-minute boiler room kind of just heightening of tension, and it has those thrills. And if that's what you're looking for, sure, great, you can get some of that out of this film. There's some odd tonal shifts because overall this film is very serious, and there's a couple of moments you have the credits that feel very intense, and then you have this moment where it has this upbeat music, and you're just well, what's going on here? And then it immediately shifts into super intense again. They avoid trying to show too many of the explosions because special effects budget on this was probably not very high, and it doesn't exactly look the greatest. This is one of those films where I feel if you really love action thrillers, you're going to find enough here to enjoy it. If you need more than that, and this film certainly has a lot of blemishes and has a lot of shortcomings, and not everything clicks as well as you can tell the film wants it to be doing. And Marshall and Langford directing and writing this film, I think it's solid. I think this could have benefited from some stronger, more dynamic direction, but there are some good thrilling moments sprinkled throughout the film that, keep you engaged and interested, and it certainly keeps getting bigger and bigger and more convoluted as the film goes on, but, they do set the stage this is nuclear weapons level, horrible situation, and, it has its elements that work. And it also has some of those elements that don't. So where you're okay with suspending some disbelief is definitely going to dictate how well you like this film. I think a lot of people probably just feel this is just a throwaway, not particularly memorable action thriller, though. But those are my thoughts on Safe House. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.